Martin Moore, hello. I have a couple of questions for you. First one, what kind of music do you listen to get into a funny man mood?
What kind of music do I listen to get in the mood? That's a very good question. I do always listen to music when I sit down to write, and at the minute I'm listening to some Ukrainian power pop. It's sort of like rave kind of music, and it's a bit industrial, the sound of it, and it's horrible. It's really, really horrible and really, really annoying. And what I find is I listen to that for about 30 minutes and it starts to drive you a bit mad. And then the moment you turn it off, your brain clears and you can write some jokes. And the joke writing lasts anything up to about 10 minutes. And then I have some more Ukrainian rave power pop music. I think is literally suffering for my comedy.
Who are your comedic heroes?
As far as comedy heroes, I don't really have any. I'm not actually a huge fan of stand-up comedy myself. I do like Buster Keaton, really like Buster Keaton from the old silent movies. And I do like a English comedian from about the 1960s and 70s called Tommy Cooper, who was a comedy magician. If you've never seen him, I suggest you look him up. Google him. Tommy Cooper, really funny English magician who has sadly died now.
What possessed you to decide that you wanted to be a comic yourself?
I became a stand-up comedian pretty much by accident. I was already working as a circus performer and had been for a few years when I broke my ankle in a training accident. I was doing an act on a big ladder, fell off, broke my ankle. While I was on crutches, I went down to comedy club, started getting interested in that. It was a really good scene. I lived in Manchester in those days. There were people like Steve Coogan, Caroline Aherne, John Thompson. There were a lot of people who went on to be big names. Really thriving scene, just liked it, kept doing it. Much easier than being a circus performer because one, you don't have to carry a tent around with you.
Lastly, but most importantly, do you have any beard grooming tips for me, please?
Beard grooming tips, okay? I'd say regular brushing. Maybe put a little bit of wax on. If you're curling your moustache, definitely put some wax on there. It's interesting with the beard because in the UK now, beards are in fashion. I've had my beard for about 25 years. At one point, people would shout ZZ Top at me, and I guess I looked like I was maybe a biker or a tattooist. Now I look like a hipster. Now people think I'm going to make them a cup of coffee.
Martin, thank you very much for this, and we're all looking forward hugely to seeing you in Zurich. Thank you. Goodbye.
Thank you very much. I'm really looking forward to coming to Zurich, and I'll maybe see you all there.